Hello everyone, I welcome you all to the yet another video of our NABARD Grade A to Z series. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the pattern of the exam. What is the pattern of the NABARD Grade A exam and all the related doubts with this aspect of the exam. We are going to address them in this particular video. So on that note, let us start our today's session. But students, apart from the information related to the pattern of the exam, you might be requiring a lot of other information. Some of you are such aspirants who want to read about the information and not listen to it, and some of you might want to revisit the same information after a certain period of time, given the fact that you can forget some of the information which is provided to you in the complete A to Z series. So for all of you, we have beautifully created this NABARD Grade A guidebook, and in this guidebook we are providing you all the information regarding the NABARD Grade A examination at one particular position, and you can download the this guidebook from the link given in the description box below. On that note, let us start our today's session. So students, as an aspiring NABARD Grade A officer, you might be having a lot of doubts with regards to the pattern of this examination. So let us address them one by one. So the first is, what is the entire pattern? How many phases are there? And what is the difference in terms of the number of days between these phases? So first of all, there are three phases in the NABARD Grade A examination: phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3, which is the interview. Now, first of all, the notification is released, and after about 30 to 40 days of the notification, phase 1 examination happens. The thing about the phase 1 examination is that the marks of this phase, they are not counted in the final merit list. After the phase 1 exam, around 25 to 30 days, we have our phase 2 exam. So phase 2 exam happen around 30 to 45 days after your phase 1 exam, and the marks of the phase 2, they are counted in the final merit list. After the phase 2 exam happens the phase 3, which is the interview, and yes, the interview marks are also counted in the final merit list. So the final merit list, it is calculated out of the 200 marks of phase 2 exam and the additional 50 marks of the interview. So the final merit list, it is made out of the 250 marks, right? So that was the general pattern. Now let us discuss about each phase in detail. So first of all, as far as the phase 1 exam is concerned, we have 8 components here. First of all, the exam, it will happen in an online way, in an online format, and in this online format you are going to get 200 questions of 200 marks, and there is going to be a composite time of 2 hours. Yes, there is not going to be any sectional time. No sectional timing is there in the NABARD Grade A phase 1 exam, right? Just a composite timing of 2 hours is there, in which you have to answer these 200 questions worth 200 marks. Now, what are the areas from which these questions are going to be asked? So first of all, there is reasoning. In reasoning, 20 questions worth 20 marks will be asked. Then we have English. In English, 30 questions worth 30 marks will be asked. Then we have computer knowledge, wherein 20 questions worth 20 marks will be asked. Quantitative aptitude afterwards has a weightage of 20 questions of 20 marks, and then we have decision making, wherein 10 questions worth 10 marks are asked. So these 5 components, first of all, I want to stop here. These 5 components makes a total of 100 marks, but these 5 components, they are part of the non-merit section, right? And what is meant by this term non-merit section? Non-merit section basically here means that in these 5 subjects you only have to clear the sectional cutoff, right? These 100 marks, they will not be counted for calculating the phase 1 cutoff. So although the paper, it is of 100 marks, the phase 1 cutoff, it is of 100 marks only, and these 100 marks, they are derived from the merit section. So the 100 marks of non-merit section, they are not calculated and they are not included while calculating the phase 1 cutoff. and here you only have to clear the sectional cutoff. Moving ahead, we have three other areas: general awareness, economics and social issues, agriculture and rural development. These three areas account for 100 marks. Here, general awareness worth 20 marks, ESI worth 40 marks, and ARD worth 40 marks is asked, and these 100 marks will be used for calculating the phase 1 cutoff as far as our NABARD grade exam is concerned. So this was the general pattern as far as our NABARD exam is concerned. Now you must be having few other doubts. So the first doubt which most of the students ask is that, is there any negative marking? So yes student, a negative marking of 1/4 marks is there for any question that you have answered wrong. The second question which arises is that what is going to be the medium as far as this exam is concerned? So you can choose any medium. It can be Hindi also or it can be English also. So the phase 1 exam, it can be attempted either in Hindi or in English, right? After that, a few students right now must be feeling a sense of joy that wow, the quant, reasoning, English, GA, these are some of the things I have already studied in banking or the SSC preparation. So this exam is easier for me. Yes student, I agree that you do have the opportunity to feel that sense of joy, but here as a mentor, it is my duty to present a note of caution in front of you. See students, in the non-merit section, we have quant, reasoning, English, computer knowledge and decision making. See, if you are somebody who have prepared already for the banking and the SSC examination, then I agree that you will be able to clear the sectional cutoff of the quant, reasoning and English with the existing knowledge that you have for these three subjects. But still, to play on the safer side, it is advisable to you that you please give a mock test or try attempting any previous year question to see that whether you are able to clear the sectional cutoff with your existing knowledge or not. If you are able to clear it, then you don't have to give a lot of time to these areas. Simply during the when the exam nears, at that particular time, you can revise the things or you can practice the things. But if you are but despite the existing knowledge, if you are not able to clear the sectional cutoff, then that becomes a point of caution for you, and here you have to give the required timing to the quant, reasoning and English also. After that, we have computer knowledge and decision making. See students, these are the areas which are generally not asked in a lot of mainstream examination of our country, and especially decision making. Computer knowledge still have some scope of being asked, but decision making is generally not asked. So I request you that for computer knowledge also, please try giving the mock test if you already have some knowledge for this component, and if you are able to clear the sectional cutoff, good enough. If you are not able to clear the sectional cutoff, please do give the diligent time which is required to prepare for these two components also, because here most of the students, upon knowing that you only have to clear the sectional cutoff, they tend to have a very lenient approach toward the non-merit section. But here let me tell you a real life story that in 2024, one of our toppers, and the story, it is available on our YouTube channel also, one of the toppers, he cleared the exam in 2024 in his third attempt. You know, in the first attempt, he managed to reach till the interview stage, but he could not qualify. All right. In the second stage, he was not able to clear even the phase 1 examination because of the computer knowledge sectional cutoff. Can you imagine this? How bad he must have felt. And this is simply because a lot of the students, they take computer knowledge, decision making and the sectional cutoff of the non-merit section pretty lightly, but this might cost you an entire attempt. So instead of being overconfident or instead of ignoring these subject in the sense of joy that you might be feeling right now, I request you that please do give the diligent time, and if you feel that you already have the knowledge, please try giving the mock test and test the waters for yourself, right? And then there is one more component, that is the GA. Most of the aspirants feel that since they have prepared the GA for the banking exams, they'll be able to tackle the GA of the NABARD Grade A exam also. Students, this is not the case. The GA which is asked in the NABARD Grade A examination, it is in much more depth and much more wider as compared to the GA which you study for the banking and the SSC examination. And even if you compare it to the UPSC exam, the orientation is different because the the kind of facts that are asked here, it is different from the UPSC exam, right? So here the orientation of the GA, it is different for the NABARD grade examination if we compare it to the banking, SSC or even the UPSC. So please don't take GA lightly and do give the due importance to GA component as well. Now, moving forward, you might be thinking that okay, fine, you have given us the note of caution, but can you please tell me what is the score that I need to clear the phase 1? So students, here you have to be a little bit patient about this aspect, because this is something which we are going to deal at letter number C, that is the competition and cutoff. And as I have already told you, in this A to Z series, we are going to address all the aspects of NABARD grade examination one by one on the alphabetical basis, right? After that, you might be thinking, all right, at least tell me the syllabus and the books for the phase 1, right? So students, books will be discussed in the when the alphabet B arise, and syllabus will, the entire decoded syllabus, it will be discussed when the letter D arises, right? Now, since we have discussed the entire phase 1, the question arises, what is the pattern of phase 2? Now let us see what is the pattern of phase 2 exam. See student, as far as the phase 2 exam is concerned, so here there are going to be two papers. Paper 1, which is the descriptive English, here the English writing skills will be test, and the second paper is ARD and ESI, right? So I am calling these papers by their nicknames, right? So there are going to be two papers. Now let us see what is going to be the format of these two papers. The paper 1 English paper, it is going to be 100% descriptive paper. You have to type the entire paper. This paper, it is going to be of 100 marks, and you will be given a time of 90 minutes to answer this paper. In these 90 minutes, you have to answer 3 questions, and these 3 questions, they will be from topics like essay writing, reading comprehension, précis writing or letter writing. That is the business and office correspondence, which is nothing but the letter writing, right? So that is the paper 1 descriptive English. After this, we have the paper 2, and both these exams will happen on the same day. So we have the paper 2, which is of ESI and ARD. Here, this paper, it is going to be of 100 marks, but out of these 100 marks, 50% paper is going to be objective. That is 50 marks worth of paper is going to be objective, and 50 marks worth of paper is going to be descriptive. For the objective paper, when the paper 2 starts, so initially you will be given 30 minutes for this objective part, and after these 30 minutes, this objective part will be over. So in this objective part, you will get 30 questions to be answered in 30 minutes, right? So these 30, out of these 30 questions, 20 questions are going to be of 2 marks, and 10 questions are going to be of 1 mark. So this makes it a total of 50 marks worth of paper. And out of these 30 marks, 15 questions will be from ESI and 15 questions will be from ARD. So this is going to be a general format as far as the objective part of the paper 2 is concerned. Now coming to the descriptive part, it will account for 50% marks, that is the 50 marks. You will be given a time of 90 minutes to answer this 50 marks paper, and here you will be given 6 questions. 6 questions will be there, and out of these 6 questions, you have to answer 4 questions. And remember students, there are going to be 2 compulsory questions also. So out of 6 questions, 2 questions are compulsory, and then you will be left with 4 questions, and out of these 4 questions, you can choose any 2 questions that you have to answer. So in total, you have to answer 4 questions. Out of these 4 questions, 2 questions of 10 marks and 2 questions of 15 marks will be asked, making it a total of 50 marks. So that is going to be the pattern as far as the descriptive part of paper 2 is concerned. Now, a question might be arising that is there going to be any negative marking? So yes students, for the objective part, for this objective part of paper 2, we do have negative marking of the 1/4 marks. And as far as the language of these papers are concerned, apart from the English paper, of course English paper has to be answered in English only, the paper 2 ESI and ARD, it can be answered both in the Hindi and English, right? Now, moving ahead, you might be thinking that is the syllabus same for the objective and the descriptive part in each of the subject, that is ESI and ARD, and that too in both the phases, because you must have seen that the ESI and ARD, it is asked in both the phase 1 and the phase 2 exam. So student, the one word answer here is yes, the syllabus, it is absolutely same for both the phases also and for both the objective and the descriptive part also. But as far as the decoded syllabus is concerned, you have to be a little bit patient for me to answer all the queries related to the decoded syllabus. Now, the next question arises that are we given fixed number of sheets to write the answers in the descriptive paper? So let me tell you that there is not going to be any answer sheet as far as the descriptive paper is concerned. This descriptive paper, it is going to be online in nature, right? That is, you have to type the answers using the keyboard, right? So you have to type the answers using the keyboard, and this paper, it is going to be in an online format, right? And for those of you who will choose Hindi as mediums, Hindi keyboards will also be available. All right. Now, the next question arises, and this is not a question, but a lot of the people, after seeing ESI and ARD in this pattern, they feel a little bit demotivated because they feel that they have never studied the ARD part, and how are they going to tackle these subjects? So students, first of all, let me tell you one fact. The first fact is that every year, around half of the students who are selected in the NABARD grade examination, they are not from the ARD background. Despite that, they clear this exam. Second thing is that the notification itself gives us this idea that the people who are from the agriculture background, they are not going to have an edge here. Why? Because the NABARD, it is recruiting for the generalist post, right? Generalist post means they don't expect you to be experts in agriculture and rural development. They just expect you to be to have a general knowledge about the ESI and the ARD part. So with general level of preparation also, you will be able to tackle these subjects, right? So I hope this answers your query with regards to the tackling subjects like ESI and ARD, which might be new to a lot of students. Now, again, you might be having the doubts regarding the syllabus, regarding the books and the sample questions to see whether the questions are actually doable or not. But students, again, I'll request you, please be a little bit patient. We are going to see the previous year questions also as part of this series. Now, as far as the cutoffs are concerned, we will discuss them at letter C. All right. Now, since we have discussed the entire phase 2, let us discuss about the phase 3, which is the interview part. Now, as far as the interview part is concerned, first of all, we have 200 marks of phase 2. Then the interview, it is of 50 marks. Since interview, it is of 50 marks, it has a pretty high weightage, that is of 20% in the entire NABARD grade A examination. Then as far as the interview marks are concerned, there is huge variation in the marks, and students, here I request you, please ignore this typing mistake. The marks, they can range from around around 10 marks to 45 marks as well. So this is the range from which for which the marks can vary, and therefore it becomes very, very important for you to prepare diligently for this particular interview phase. Now students, the third point and the third thing that I want to tell you about the interview phase is that you can attend the interview either in the Hindi language or in the English language. Any of the language can be chosen by you. The next question that arises is what is going to be the mode of the interview, and this is one very interesting thing as far as the NABARD interview is concerned. Here the interview happens in the hybrid mode. Now what is this hybrid mode? See students, when you will get your interview call letter, so in that call letter, one RO will be mentioned, one regional office will be mentioned. So on the date of your interview, you have to reach this RO. Okay? Here the document verification and everything will take place as it happens in any usual offline interview, right? But after that, the interview, it will happen in the online mode. That is, the panel will not be present over there, and the interview, it will happen in the online mode, right? So that is why I have used the term hybrid mode, that you have to be physically present at the RO, but after that the interview will happen in the online mode. Right. Now, you might be thinking that kindly show us certain interview related questions. So students, we are going to discuss the interview transcripts. Once we reach the letter I, therein we are going to discuss about the entire interview phase, including the questions in even more detail, right? Now again you might be having the question, what is the competition at every stage? So for this also I request you, please be a little bit patient. We are going to see the competition and cutoff once we reach letter C. Right now students, I have tried my level best to answer all the questions with regards to the pattern of NABARD grade A examination. If you still have any answers, any questions which remain unanswered, please feel free to write them down in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer that. On that note students, if you are already in this preparation journey for the NABARD grade examination and if you need any help, then you can visit our website edutab.in. Herein we are providing dedicated courses for the NABARD grade A examination. So the first course that we provide, it is a 11-hour trial course. This 11-hour trial course is for rupee 1 only, and here you will get a taste of all the deliverables that we provide in our actual courses. Apart from that, if you're somebody who has already completed his or her preparation and who are just looking for the avenues to revise things, to test themselves, so for them we have the phase 1 and phase 2 test series also. For those of you who are already prepared for the phase 1 and who only wanted to prepare for the phase 2 and the interview part, we have the silver course. And for those of you who want to prepare from scratch, we have the phase 1, phase 2 and the interview, which is a part of the gold course. So students, I hope this session was helpful for you. On this note, I am ending this session here. Thank you so much and I wish you all the very best for your preparation.